3 weeks ago, I bought my Polene Numero Neuf Mini in texture chalk, and now that I wore it for a week straight, I want to quickly review it, show you what fits inside. I will include some outfit and color combinations, and at the end, I'm also going to compare it to my Numero Un Nano bag in case you're curious. Now, let's get started. As you can see, the bag arrived in a really nice pearlescent box. It also came with a card and tissue paper, and then the bag itself was inside this thick but very soft dust bag that feels very high quality to the touch. So all in all, the whole experience of opening the bag feels very special and luxurious. The bag also had some bubble wrap and some extra tissue paper inside to keep it shape, and of course there was a little tag and some protective stickers on the magnets. But now let me show you the bag up close. All Polene bags have gold hardware and this one is no exception, but as you can see with this bag, it's really subtle and not very noticeable, which I absolutely love because I can easily mix it and wear it with my silver jewelry and my outfit will still look very cohesive. As for the branding, it's also very minimal. They just engraved the name on the side of the bag in gold. Another thing I love about this bag is that it comes with a removable crossbody strap, which I already attached because I almost always put the bag over my body when I'm out and about. Even though I love carrying it by the top handle and that's how I wear it most of the times, sometimes I need my hands free and that's when I use the strap. Now technically I could also carry it on my arm if I wanted to, because even though the opening it's not the biggest, it still fits me even when I'm wearing something thicker like my wool coat, but for me that's just not my preferred way of wearing a bag. As for the leather, it feels absolutely amazing to the touch. It's a little bit softer than the Numero Un Nano, probably to give it this nice supple shape, and I personally love Polene bags. You get such good quality for the price, and that's why I see myself buying more bags in the future. Now that I had this one for a while, I'm already eyeing the bigger version in black, but I know I have to pace myself. Maybe I will put it on my wishlist for Christmas, but the point that I'm trying to make is that I feel confident with Polene bags, that they are good quality and durable and great value for the price. Now let's talk about the color, because online I thought it looked a lot whiter than it was in person. So when I first saw the bag, I was really surprised how dark it was, and I just wasn't sure if it's gonna work with my other white or off-white items. But then when I started styling it, I actually fell in love with the color because it's just a little bit different and it makes the outfit a little bit more interesting. The reason I bought this bag in the first place is because I wanted a white or off-white bag that I can wear with my monochrome outfits, be it for casual wear or even fancier events, and this bag works perfectly. But to show you through the screen how the color works, I styled it with a few different options. First, I have a crisp white tee, I have white jeans and a blazer, so you can see the bag next to all white items, and as you can tell, it looks just a little bit darker and a little bit more grayish, but it's actually not really gray because as soon as I put it next to my light gray top, it suddenly pulls a little bit more beige. And then lastly, I styled it with my ivory coat, which is pulling a little bit more yellow, and you can see again that it looks a little bit gray again. So for this bag, I would just describe it as an off-white bag that it's leaning slightly gray and beigey. It's not too cool, it's not too warm, it's hard to describe, but I personally think it's a really cool color and it looks amazing next to other white or off-white items. And now to what fits inside, but before I show you everything, I would ask you that if you're enjoying this video so far, you quickly give it a thumbs up. It really means a lot. Thank you. Okay, so I can fit everything from my phone, wallet, pouch with my daily essentials, packet of wipes, a lip balm, small hand cream, a mirror, car keys, and of course house keys. The bag is actually surprisingly spacious, but because of the small opening at the top, it means you have to be a little bit more strategic on what you put inside the bag first. So I always start with items I use less frequently, like my pouch and wipes, and then I keep my daily essentials like my phone and the wallet on top. Also, because the opening is so narrow, you have to put things inside vertically first, and then you can rotate the items inside the bag and lay them next to the side, which I know it sounds like a lot of work, and I must admit at first I was a bit surprised at how hard it was to get things in and out, but now I got a hang of it and it doesn't even bother me anymore. My essentials and wallet are really small, so that's not an issue. Plus, I just switched my iPhone 11 with my sister's 6, so it's even easier to put it inside. With the bigger phone, it's a little bit trickier, but I can show you that it still works and you can still put your phone inside. And now that all the essentials are in, I also tried adding a few items. First, I tried a pair of sunglasses, and you can see I can fit them without a problem. I can still easily close the bag. But then I also tried them with the case, and this was a little bit more tight. As you can see, I cannot really close the bag, but technically they still fit. And for fun, I also tried a Kindle. As you can see, it doesn't fit 100%, which I already knew, but if you absolutely want to take it with you, I wanted to show you, you still can. It's just gonna be sticking out. And funny enough, the first time I wore this bag, that's how I carried my water bottle. I just didn't want to carry it in my right hand, so I just put it in the bag. Even though it was sticking out, I love that I could have that option. Another thing you may be worried about with this bag is that things will fall out because it doesn't have a flap cover or a closure, but I wanted to show you how everything is secure, because if you stack it nicely and clip it with buttons, you can see nothing will fall out. And then for fun, I also tried to open the buttons and see if anything would fall out. And in this scenario, just the hand cream fell out. So this can assure you that your items are safe. And also because the top handle, it's kind of protecting everything. I also feel the rain or snow, it's not going to be an issue and it's not going to go inside the bag. Now for the size of the bag, I'm 164 centimeters tall, or 5'5" I think, and this is how my bag looks on my frame. This is the middle setting, this is how the strap came, but then if I want to make it longer, I can also do that because it has multiple holes. And now you can see the longest option, and then I also created the shortest option so you can see how it looks on the frame. And now to some style and outfit inspiration. First, I have this all-white look that I absolutely love, and that's how I see myself wearing the bag most of the time. Also because I don't want to have any color transfer on my bag. And if you're worried about the color transfer, I actually just learned the trick that you can use to check if an item will leave any color or not. You just take an old lighter piece of fabric you don't really need and rub it next to the item you want to check, and that's it. If the color comes off, you have to be really careful, otherwise it's much less likely to happen. For example, this black wool coat doesn't transfer any color, which is great because I can see myself wearing the bag a lot with it, especially when I wear my white scarf, which I think looks pretty cool. But then I also realized that my stone scarf matches the shade of the bag perfectly, which I think is so amazing. I personally love using scarves to tie my outfit, my handbag or shoes, everything nicely together. And lastly, I wanted to show you how this bag would look with a more colorful option. As you can see, it still works even though the bag is just a little bit more muted than my bright colors, but I think it would look even better next to more pastel or even deeper colors because it would match the saturation a little bit better. As you can see, the bag looks absolutely great with my baby pink color or even deeper plum scarf. So these are just a few outfit combinations, but of course I could create so many more because this bag is really versatile. But now I also wanted to quickly compare it to my Polene Numero Un Nano bag that I had almost for a year. Right off the bat, they look pretty similar in size, but I can definitely fit a lot more in Polene Numero Un Nano bag. I can even fit my Kindle inside completely, and that's because of the bigger opening and how the bag is structured, so that's definitely a win for my Un Nano bag. As for the handle, they both have a top handle, but I can fit my arm only with Neuf Mini because with my Numero Un Nano bag, I can barely squeeze my wrist in. So if you want to carry your bag on your arm, then definitely avoid Numero Un Nano. And now to other similarities, they both have a removable strap, which is great for versatility and practical wear. They also both have gold hardware, which is very, very minimal. So like I said before, you can wear them with any type of metal that you want and it will still look cohesive and intentional. As for the leather, like I mentioned before, I think they're both good quality bags. The Numero Un Nano is just a little bit harder, probably to help it keep its shape, but that's pretty much it. And then I also forgot to mention that Neuf Mini doesn't have any fit on the bottom, so that's definitely a plus for the Numero Un Nano, but I personally don't really care that much. I don't find a big difference when I have the fit versus not, but I will see over time if this gets dirty and if I change my mind. And lastly, I wanted to show you how they look on my frame. As you can see, even though though the shape is different, they are very similar in size. I can wear either for casual wear, but then I can also dress them up and wear them for a more special occasion. So all in all, I absolutely love both bags and I would recommend them both. But if you're deciding between the two, I can say that the Numero Un Nano is just a little bit more practical because it does fit a lot more. It has a bigger opening and it's much easier to get things in out. But of course, it all depends on what you want out of the bag. And if you want to find out more about Polene Numero Un Nano bags and some outfit ideas and what fits inside, I will link another video here that you can watch next. Thank you for stopping by today and I will see you next time.